great people, great people. Salute. Blessed and honor to you this day. You already know I want nothing from you. And for you who do not know, I don't want anything from you. In a cold, crooked world where people are stealing from you, taking from you, attempting to degrade you in some form or some matter, manipulate you in some form or some matter, deceive you, this day learn that there's an individual that don't want anything from you. I choose to be the one that pour into your life. I choose to be the one that brings you to a place of critically thinking. I choose intentionally to be the one to bless your life, right? To wave joy into your heart, to continuously allow you to know that there's a higher force looking on you and is waiting for you to prove it right. If for nothing else, to show the standard. Great people. Blessing honor to you this afternoon. Welcome to Daily Push. Yeah, Daily Push. A day where you yourself can learn at 1:30, I'm going to get me something to eat on, something to feed my spirit, to spear myself into the remaining portion of my day. I am attempting to leap forward in my heart, in my call, in my spirit, leap forward in my predestinated thought of who I am and where I should be. This day, great people, I am asking you to be mindful that you have a moment in time where you are purpose for a thing. This thing will bring joy to you. It will bring a smile to you. It will bring prestigiousness to you. You know what prestigiousness is, right? That place where you feel as though you are the hierarchy, right? Prestigious, that place where you feel as though you are one in a million, right? You are part of the 1 percentile. You stand out, in fact, right? All by yourself. You don't really need to say much. You don't need to do much. You just stand out all by yourself. Great people, I want to be the individual that reminds you not only is it our job to take a hold of who we are, what we're about, and where we shall be pushing and where we shall be stretching ourselves, but I also want to be the one because there is a place where I feel as though we have lost some standards. We have lost a way of believing. We have lost the understanding that we both can be at a place of hurt. And if we are not both, and when I say both, I'm speaking of parties. I'm speaking of individuals. I'm thinking and I'm speaking of a corporation that may be battling each other back and forth, members that may be grandmother and grandfather, father's child and father's mother, brother and sister. I'm talking about both. Understanding that we both have some hurt. We both have a perception of what the problem is. We both have a perception of how we can carry on from this moment. Many say ain't no need to continue. You just being toxic. Others recognize the toxicity within themselves and then recognize what must be done according to, again, the personal dedication, the personal purpose-filled life that they are called to walk in and or around. Great people, this day I start a journey, right? A journey that I am not too comfortable with because I don't want to adhere to a specific time. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to say, I'm going to do this at this time. I like freedom. I haven't been freed in quite some time. Contrary to popular belief, I still struggle with not seeing my child. I still struggle with the relationship that my child's mother, my youngest child and mother and I have. I still struggle with finding out if I'm too authoritative for my older children now that they have gotten older and they gotten accustomed to people telling them it doesn't matter. They just say exactly how they feel. Well, their dad taught them to move in morale. Move with morality in mind, humanity in mind, with the thought of however I do it, I need to do it like I want it done to me. You know what I'm telling you? However I do it. And there's this thing that we, my team and I actually believe that is happening now where respect is not at the forefront. We are demanding, but we are not willing to give, thus messing up the whole golden rule. Great people, I want you to know that Daily Push will give you a little something to look forward to. I'm going to challenge you in your own personal space. This is not about a group effort. This is about your own personal space coming to the place of fruition. Learning that there are some areas in and around your life that you could have addressed that a little bit better. You could have said that. You could have done that much more better with what you had. And also, there are some moments where you need to be forgiving, right? Even in a situation where I am now, needing to be forgiven because my special woman, my child's mother, believed as though they have been abandoned when I was being abandoned in my most horrific state. And sometimes you can be so lost that you don't know exactly what you're doing. You don't know exactly where your meals are going to come from. You don't know exactly how you're going to regain your manhood or lack thereof. You're fishing, you don't have leadership, and it causes you to do some things that you're not so proud of. In my case, I'm not so proud of leaving my child's mother in the early stages of my child's birth. But being confused, being newly divorced, being newly broken, being newly broke, living in a transitional home, needing to ask her for some form of dependency was really breaking me. Right. And so when I didn't consider what was happening, even though I was saying, I love your personality, I would love for you to be my wife, I didn't take account that I was dying inside. And to the extent that I was dying inside, there is no life that I can manifest and push towards the relationship or building a bond with my child. With that being said, sometimes you just got to take account of your own activity. To the extent I ask for forgiveness, to the extent that I ask for a different route, I ask for a new opportunity, I pray that someone in and around the world is asking for the same thing, some type of opportunity to say, I'm better than I was. Some type of opportunity to say, I won't make you feel abandoned like that ever again. I get it. I understand. I know what it is to be abandoned. I know what it is to not be with the Father. I know what it is to lose all of the things that I accumulated only to find out that I myself were fragile without those things. You hear me say, I was fragile without those things. Things made me. And when I lost it all, I got a chance to see that I wasn't confident at all. I got a chance to see that I'm just as susceptible to meanness and rudeness and to failure and hurt, grief and depression as everyone else. Great people. This going to be a ride. It'll be a challenge. This will be something that I've looked forward to while at the same time being fearful of it. Understanding that I don't want to be in front of people. Being in front of people is not my thing. I don't believe that we have a commonality anymore like we once had. The commonality and the common courtesy to consider a person's words before you respond. The commonality to consider giving a person a benefit of the doubt. You know the whole thing when they say you're innocent to proven guilty, right? These days are not like that. The individual will challenge you to lie. Like in believing that you're a lie and won't allow you to express yourself. This day, it's about having someone to fall back on. It's about revealing that we are afraid of isolation. We are afraid of individuality. Great people, if I can say anything, I will say, continue to be great in your own way. Continue to take hold of your day, understanding that in the process of your day, you have to continuously pour into your own life, look into your own eyes and examine your own thoughts. See where you're headed. See where you come from. Don't let no one stop you from believing that you have all the potentiality inside of you that you need to press forward towards a new goal, a new day, breaking the old mold, breaking the generational curse, whatever it may be. I'm just here to say, I believe that you can make it happen. I'm no different from you. So I know that you can make it happen. I know what it is to not have anyone in your corner. I know what it is to be without your children right now. I know what it is to look in your loved one's eyes and know that they don't believe in you and that they will never support you and that they will not ever see you as the potential that they once seen you as. But I'm here to say, you still got it going on. If they never see it, you still press because there's still a purpose inside of you that will allow you to know that you had a moment of failure. And if God gave it to you once, he'll give it to you again. But this time, he's dependent on your level of maturity. He's dependent on your level of submission. He's not dependent on you to be leaning on your own form of understanding. All right. Great people. Be ever mindful. This is a daily push. I'm going to see y'all at 1:15. 1:30, we're going to get something popping off. Let me just say 1:30, we're going to get something popping off. They don't even want the 1:15. 1:30, we're going to get something popping off. I'll be continuously giving you different proverbs that you can make applicable to your life. I'm going to check in with some word. I'm going to give you some scriptures. I'm going to give you some daily mantras, some daily chants. I'm going to ride with you. I'm going to give you some things that allow you to know that the real you is much better than the fake someone else. We're trying to be someone so bad, and the way that they act, the way they think, their attitude, and we don't even realize that we've been purposed for something. We got it in us, baby. We ain't got to try to prove so much. We ain't got to go over the heads. You love someone, allow it to be known. We don't even want to tell them no more. You don't like someone, allow it to be known. We don't even want to tell them no more. You in a place of saying, I have to find myself. I'm lost. I think that I may be feeling some form of depression. I'm falling off. Let it be known. This day, great people, I'm letting it be known that I've never been comfortable with the fact of knowing something and not allowing it to be known in order that someone may feel a form of success or a form of peace. This day I want to allow people to understand that I feel your energy as it pertains to reshaping yourself, rebuilding yourself, and molding yourself according to the scriptural texts of God and all that he can do and all that he's given to you. This day, great people, be ever mindful that you are loved. And in so much you are loved, you are considered as valuable. I'll be pressing this thing, man. This daily push has an overarching theme of restoration. It is asking you to pursue righteousness intentionally during your stay here on earth, because that's where the meat is. That's where the push is. That's where the fight is. Be ever mindful of such. Alright. Poses. Be ever mindful that you are loved this day and continue to be great in your own way. You got a friend in me. Indeed. Salute!